jail for total trespass.
I said you can
Make the decision. What bus you catching? That's irrelevant. You can't even answer my question, sir. That's like going to the movie theater and saying, I'm here to watch a movie, but I don't know what I'm watching.
This was like harassment to me.
Okay, this is what we're going to do, partner. We're going to wait for the 2 routes that come through this bus stop to come by here.
He doesn't have to, get on
that means you weren't catching the bus.
You can't force the man to get on a bus.
Say again? Do what you have to do. Okay.
You can't force the man to get on the bus. Are y'all are
We're going to do the same for you too, sir.
Y'all are Gestapos now?
What's up, guys?
How's it going?
It's me again.
How you doing?
You guys haven't learned your lesson? You guys haven't learned your lesson?
What about
Weren't you here the other night with me?
Yeah, but this time you guys are at the bus stop. So if you're not using the bus for its intended purpose, then we got to ask you guys to leave.
Yeah, we get the game. We're all want to catch the bus.
Okay.
That's what we're doing here.
Cool. Good to go.
That's all we were trying to find out. That's all we're trying to find out. If you're paying customers or not.
Has anybody indicated they're catching the bus?
Nobody's asked me anything.
Okay. So he indicated that he's catching the bus. Why are you guys still here?
Actually, he told me he wasn't answering any questions.
Okay, good. So why are you guys still here? I think he has a right to answer
Because we're
questions.
going to ensure that you guys catch the bus.
Hey,
They're forcing him to get on the
told
bus.
him he had his priorities fucked up, man. He followed the guy with the camera, not the guy with the gun.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty silly.
I guess that's y'all's choice, but the question is that, you know, we're out here to catch the bus. You feel me? So what? We're not breaking the law. Why are you guys here? I mean, why are y'all? That's what I don't understand. Because, so we were filming before we got here, and we filmed about, I don't know, 20, 30 people. And you guys never came out on them. Why are you guys coming out on us? The other day,
I'm sorry. The traffic's going by, Cam.
I filmed about 30 people come in and do various things, walk in and out, catch the bus and whatnot. But we're out here to check it. You guys show up.
We got dispatch.
So
I can't intelligently speak on what happened.
right, so I get that. You guys got dispatch, you have to come out. But you guys are still here, and you expressed that you're willing to wait until we catch the bus. And that just doesn't seem like normal behavior from the police officers for people that are wanting to catch the bus. You guys don't normally do that with other people. We're not breaking any kind of law. Open carry is consistent with VIA's policy. And so my question would be, why would y'all feel it necessary to sit here until we catch the bus? To me, it's just my opinion. To me it seems, and I could be wrong, but to me it seems you guys don't like what we're doing, so you guys are gonna just single us out as we're special to make sure we get on the bus. And that way if we don't, you guys can exercise some control and get us off the property. And to me it's just not proper. We should be able to walk up in there and use the payphone that's available. We should be able to read the public notices that are up there at any time. And you guys are coming out, and under criminal law, you guys are like, what you get on the bus? And on top of that, it just seems like you guys obviously have a purpose for VIA, an important purpose, and that is to fight crime, security, you know, protect the patrons that are on the bus drivers, so on and so forth. You guys aren't doing that here, and I think you guys have established that we're not breaking any law. You guys know what we're doing here. You guys are choosing to stay here, and that's my question.
If I can back up a little bit for you.
Okay.
I asked him exactly, are you a paying customer? He said, I'm not going to answer any questions.
Right.
Okay, he was very resistant about that. That's all I'm trying to find out.
So exercising my rights.
Hold on, man. Can I finish?
Just a question.
Can I finish first? No, I can't finish. I let Mr. Miller finish. Why can't I finish? Okay. Well, I'm still talking with him.
But I'm asking you. I'm
So
being
anyway,
resistant.
do you want me to?
It's your
Because
choice.
it's dumb.
I tried to ask you
You
to
couldn't respect the Second Amendment, but you can respect my personal faith. That doesn't make sense to me. And that really upsets me.
I would like to know why you're still out.
So, I'm saying, I was trying to ask him if he's a paying customer. He said, I'm not answering any questions. I said, okay, well, that's not a paying customer. I'm not answering any questions. I said, okay, so you don't know what bus route you're catching. I said, it's kind of like going to the movie theater and saying, I don't know what movie I'm going to watch, but I'm here. If you're going to wait for the bus route, what time is your bus coming? Usually people that wait for the bus route know what type of bus route is coming. And they know what bus they're taking. That consistently take bus. So, and then the guy with the rifle, the employee just pulled up and said, hey, there's a guy with a rifle, what's going on? I said, the Second Amendment, they're allowed to do that. Okay, well, is he coming over here? What is he doing? He was legitimately afraid. You know, why is he here with the rifle at this time of night? I said, it's the Second Amendment, they're filming, they're allowed to do that. I said, okay. And he felt okay. I said, we're not freaking out, so you don't have to.
Is this
The
area?
gay guards were freaking out over there too, because, like we said, this is a critical infrastructure. And I get that you guys are filming, But you got to also realize that other people can access those YouTube videos, and they have egress, they have layouts, they have vehicles going in, vehicles going out. They have a whole bunch of intelligence if they decide to do something harmful to the vehicle.
So anybody with a camera is suspect?
And that's why I'm here.
Anybody with a camera is suspect? He just walking down. I saw him earlier. He just walking down, and y'all approached him. You didn't ask him if he was a customer or
I'm going to be
anything.
honest with you. If you did this at a federal installation, you're probably going to get contacted, not because you guys are filming, but because what's the intent of the video.
Yeah, we understand contact.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know.
Totally, we understand your contact. That's
could
what
be
you have to
filming like
do.
a tourist. Like I've had other police officers from Europe come over here, and they want to film because they've never seen, American police officers. Cool. We contact them, tell them, hey, this is why we're out here. Oh, okay, this is what you're doing. That's fine. Not a problem. They also, they also have a policy with the PIO, which is the Public Information Office. All right. And the only problem they have with that, if you're going to solicit or hand out cards or any type of services, then they'd like to know the information. So that's all we're out here. I'm not trying to give you a hard time. I recognize your right to film. But we have to verify too. He is going to ask for that anyways. We have to stay consistent. Whether it's somebody that we arrest or somebody that we trespass, we have to stay consistent. And that's all we're trying to do. That's it.
Alright, so you guys have seen my videos. I'm the sheepdog.
Yes, sir.
You guys have seen my videos. You guys know, just like the other night. The other night, I came up and I filmed for a few minutes. I came down and sat on the bus stop. Officer came out. Tactics, flash supplies. That's what I'm facing the first time. His initial question was, what am I doing here? I told him I'm here to catch a bus. I think we had about an 16-minute ordeal. I expressed to him several times that I was wanting to catch the bus. And then the response was, you're not catching the bus here, you catch the bus somewhere else. I wasn't violating any kind of code of conduct. I wasn't violating any kind of law. So it's apparent to me that the reason for that contact, they knew who I was, they know what they were doing. Just like,
I'm sorry, man.
they don't know, they know who I was, they know like what I'm doing. Just like Officer Bowie at the Central Plaza. Same thing. I told him he was free to go. They have the right to say that. I was done. I tried to answer the question twice. He didn't want to answer it to make that clear. So I told him he was free to go. It's the same thing as say, all right, cool. If I said, all right, cool, I'm done, that would have been fine too. But he didn't like me. So throws me on property and declared trespass. Here, no confrontation for me initially, no disrespect. I simply said I'm here to catch the bus. And again, I get thrown off property with no justification as far as I know of. So I'm left to assume that it was because of who I am. I'm an activist. They know that. I've done some videos that don't look good for you guys. And I just don't think that's proper. Whether it be I'm an activist and you don't like my actions there, or whether I'm part of some political group that you may not, if you're anti-Trump and I'm not here pro-Trump on my shirt, those things it's just that's improper. We got to get away from that. You guys now know why we're here. You guys, it's obvious why we're here. You guys haven't, so far, I don't know how long we've been out here, 15 minutes or so, 20 minutes. And you guys have, been able to see all of us. We've had a conversation. You guys haven't been able to, or you guys don't see any criminal acts going on. Frankly, I don't, unless you can, say that something's suspicious. Just sitting here making sure we're catching the bus, I just don't think that's the proper thing to do to have a good relationship.
Well, just a suggestion, just throwing it out there. Imagine if you said, hey, call up the transit police, hey, I'm going to be filming out there. Is there going to be any problems with that? Oh, okay, we know you're coming. You know what I mean? And I get it, you're trying to, do the activist thing and catch bad behavior. I understand, your mission behind that. But imagine the delivery behind that. Hey, I'm coming out to film. Is there any problems? Is anybody going to give me a hard time? Don't freak out. Hey, cool. No one's probably going to get dispatched out here because we're going to call dispatch and say, hey, Mr. Miller will be out here filming. There's not a problem. He already called us to let us know. There's not going to be any problems, But once you guys come out here unannounced, that's where people's suspicions are. Again, like I got to say, it's no different if you're filming somebody's house. They're going to call the police and find out, who's this person? What's going on?
I think it's a little bit, we're talking about a public transportation provider. I think the public transportation provider is quite different than a house.
Right.
Or, the general public walking around. It's public transportation.
Right.
It's funded by taxes. It's funded by grants. Unless you guys public, not private. Granted, you guys have the authority to tell us city property just like City Hall does. But when the government officials tell us to leave the property without any kind of justification, and our viewers see that all we're doing is filming, we're exercising our rights, and that results in us being the right not to answer questions, the right to...
Sorry, let me cut you off.
So the right not to answer questions, the right to wait as long as we want to catch whatever bus we want. When public officials come onto the property and say, get off the property, I mean, it's not good. It doesn't look good for you guys. You guys have the opportunity right now, right here, right now, to correct that. And say, you know what, we've determined you guys aren't breaking the law, and you're not doing anything suspicious that we can reasonably articulate you committed a crime. We've talked to you guys, and we've established all that. You guys are going to wait on, all of us here can express that we're going to wait on whatever bus we choose to catch.
Absolutely.
And I think at that point, the proper thing to do, and what the people need to see, is that you guys, look, we made the call, we exercised due diligence, we came out as dispatched because people were concerned. We investigated, we determined there's nothing going on. We're out here, on to do other things. That's what the people need to see.
Now, again,
once people start seeing
yeah,
that,
I get it. I understand what you're saying.
you guys are in a good light at that point. The officer the other day doing stuff like that.
He's the reason why we're back out.
We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that officer.
One thing is that officer puts you guys in a bad light. We cannot deny the fact that there are crazy mentally ill people out there that think it's okay to kill people, such as officers in Dallas. And they're watching, and right, they see our videos, that's one thing, but they're standing here, they're sitting here, and they're seeing you guys in action. And when an officer does something like that, let's say I wasn't videotaping, for whatever reason, he wants to stop us. They see that it's wrong. They see that they quit. They do stuff like that. An officer doing stuff like that makes it dangerous for you. Obviously, you guys are good officers. You haven't done what was done the other night. So that's a good thing.
You're not catching this one, though. I don't want to cut you off. Okay. I just want to make sure.
We will catch your bus.
Okay.
No, I just need to talk to you after.
Those officers make it dangerous for you. We need to stop that. You guys should try to stop that too. Hanging out here, waiting for us to catch that bus, making sure we catch the bus.
And here's the other flip side of that. I'm not trying to disarm you. I'm just trying to open up the Imagine if we walked away, we said you guys are good, we're walking away, and then the employees start calling, complaining, hey, why are these people videotaping the facility that I'm walking into? Or there's a gentleman with a gun, how come you guys just walked away from him? At least us here monitoring, saying, hey, look, we're here, we're not freaking out, you shouldn't freak out, we'll monitor them at a distance, we'll let them do what they have to do, but at least we're here. Because as soon as we leave, we're going to get a call right back. So I'd rather just stay and say, look, nothing crazy happened, no confrontations happened, no threats happened, because people walking by, we had to let San Antonio know about this gentleman over here, hey, tell him not to freak out, he's filming via property, everything's fine. If they would have started doing this like crazy, probably. You know what I mean?
You guys know I was in office for 13 years.
I heard rumors, right?
Yeah, I was. And so, if I was out here, my action would be, I would disengage right now. I might go over there and sit in that parking lot if I have nothing else to do.
Yeah, just monitor.
And I would let dispatch know. These guys are out here filming. We got a guy out here exercising his Second Amendment right. We got guys out here exercising their First Amendment right. They're activists. We'll be here in the parking lot. If anybody calls in, let them know we've been out there. And unless they call us something new, or something like that, just let the caller know that we are out in the parking lot. We are watching them, and if they're not breaking the law, I think over time, and then with the employees.
But he really wants to talk to you bad.
I know, man. I'm sorry.
I think over time, citizens will come to respect the rights of others. As far as VIA employees go, now I went into VIA the day after that incident happened with the flashlight. And I gave them a detailed version of what happened. I offered for them to see the video. They turned a cold shoulder to that. I gave them 3 days to respond and let me know what things they're going to do to address the situation. All I wanted to know was that they're going to do something I don't care what they're going to do. I'm not trying to get anybody in trouble. I'm trying to get this, what happened the other day, changed so it doesn't happen. They turned a coach over to us. I think that what they could have done was just put out a memo to all the employees explaining that people filming, although it's suspicious, it is a First Amendment right to gather information. And as far as open carry, educate the employees about that. And of course, we're not going to say that they can't call, but just let them know that you have rights to do that. So maybe there's a lesser degree of suspicion. And people are visually will watch, but they don't automatically call you guys. And certainly, they educate you guys, like that officer the other day, that look, you don't handle this by shining a light in my face, by making derogatory, slanderous comments. He said there was people in public here, and he made comments twice that I was a disgraced officer, that I was upset with law enforcement. Those are derogatory and slanderous because they're not true. I've never been fired from the department. I've never been done anything to be disgraced. I've had 2 disciplines in my entire career. One was for being out of my area, and the other one was for taking up for my mom. So I'm not a disgraced officer, but you have an officer who comes out, flashlight in the face the whole time, throwing me off property, and making comments that I was, bad about me. Is that going to stop? What's going on behind the scenes of Leo to get that to stop? Surely that's I know what's going on. He has me on my telephone. So we're going to
I don't mean to cut you off. Did you file a complaint through the complaint line?
I filed a written complaint.
Okay, so
I talked to Public Affairs, and they initially told me to come down. They wanted to see the video. Something happened between then and 20 or 30 minutes until we get down here. They want to talk to me, which is fine. I can respect that.
No.
They have the opportunity to do something good, to change things, to prevent something like that, and causing this to happen. And you guys get off the property. You
talk technicalities on how
guys are at the question. And if you sit down at the bus stop, he doesn't want to tell you what bus is going to catch. I think the proper thing to do is if sitting at a bus stop, anybody would look at that and say, if you ask them, what do you think that guy's doing? So even though he doesn't want to answer that question, that shouldn't be reasonable.
We have to look at the constitutional behavior before that. You know what I mean? That's what this is being based off. It's not being based off of this one particular moment in time. It's being based off of what happened in the beginning. Yeah, and which we were okay with. Which led us to believe, fear all the way over there and then back again. He's probably not using the bus. I mean, that's just reasonable. He sits down and says, okay, I'm catching the bus now. I'm not going to answer your questions. You've been in law enforcement 13 years. Any reasonable person would say, yeah, I'm catching the bus. Okay, what bus are you catching? Number 2, number 4. Cool, all right.
But you might think that if you didn't know what he's been through with police. When you've been through what he's been with police and the problems they've given him illegally, then you might understand why he doesn't want to talk to y'all. And that is his right to do that. Based on past experiences, I can understand totally why he would want to talk to y'all. And we wouldn't even be here if we didn't have that one officer misbehaving, making all look bad.
I don't know what all transpired with that, but like I said, it's the behavior beforehand that we looked at, that I looked at. That's all. We had a conversation with him, and he was like, "Hey, I'm doing this, cool." And then he walked off, said, "Okay, have a great day." And then he elected to stay. Okay, not a problem. We're going to monitor you. Which means we have to walk way over there. You know what I mean? And then as soon as it was broken up, we left. And came back here, and then he came back on the property. Not a problem. We're just going to monitor. And like I said, we have to establish a paying customer within any reasonable amount of time. Like I said, 2 buses just passed by. You know what I mean? And that's cool because we're talking right now. We're engaged. You know what I mean? And that's fine. I don't want you to miss your buses if you are catching the bus.
But you probably already know our true intentions.
And our intention is to do one, exercise our rights and ensure that they are respected, and to catch the bus. That's what our intentions are. And so, to me, it seems like the right thing that should have happened is that you guys come out, discuss guy who's sitting on the bus stop. He has been filming. So obviously, due diligence to come and ask questions. Why are you filming?
And then imagine he's not answering.
And then, so a person, again, exercises their right not to answer questions. And so I go, and I'm like, okay, I realize I really can't do anything. Obviously, sitting on the bus stop, he must be waiting on the bus. Again, it's that test. What is he doing? He's sitting at the bus stop. Okay, not breaking the law, not violating code of conduct, sitting on the bus stop, which people can do according to you. He doesn't want to answer questions, so he's exercising his right. I simply go and take off and let the dispatch know. Maybe even look, I got an asshole at the bus stop doesn't want to answer questions. I think he's probably trying to test his rights or test us or antagonize us or whatever it is. Go back and report that if you want. Even if he wanted to antagonize, even if I wanted to start antagonizing you and you know, saying, you know, I come up here, these guys are going off, now I'm going to express my dissent towards your actions as a public official, and I start pushing at you and telling you, you know, what I think it's not good. You know, what you should do is just realize that we're not doing anything. What I would do is I would be like, okay, hey, they're over there testing, you know, they're fixing at us and things like that, we're out of here. And then, like I said, go in the parking lot. You know, obviously, you may get some more calls and just say, you know, dispatch and let them know. SAPD, same thing, outside the post office. Same thing. I'm gonna break your camera. I got trespass warrant. I got detained for about 20 minutes with no crime being committed. Let me tell you what that officer did. They did the right thing. I was out there again. Same thing. They called the cops. They told the post office if he's out there filming and that's all he's doing, we're not coming out. And they did not come out. That's the proper thing to do.
I found that very offensive.
That falls back on dispatch, though. You know? Dispatch needs to kind of
And it has to start.
quantify or qualify.
It has to start with the officer.
And like I said, the process that you were talking about, that is obviously a process way out of our control. You know, and that may take time to filter down from via higher all the way down. Those things take time. Sometimes they don't happen overnight. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to take shots. Like I said,
I wasn't in front of your camera. I was off to the side.
He was in front of me.
Okay,
That's why I moved over to the side.
so I was off to the side, right?
I didn't say you did. I said he was in front of me.
You said you guys were in front of my camera. I wasn't in front of your camera.
You guys are out here doing the same thing. But my
And
thing
see, you're
is,
still on via property filming, but I'm not making an issue of that because we're having an intelligent conversation.
okay, but here's like you still really haven't answered my question. When does exercising my Fifth Amendment right becomes persistent? Being persistent or combative?
When you're
like
on
most
property
police
that
officers
receives services. It's not like you were on the sidewalk. You were on via property. Once you sit down here, you're saying, hey, I'm using the services. That's like if you go to the movie theater. Imagine you just walk in the movie theater.
But is this public?
This is not by movie
Public
theater,
has
private property.
substantial access to utilize the service.
Is VIA get paid by taxes?
Yes, they do.
There's the public.
And it's
Here's the
public
thing.
access.
Now, but think about this. If you walk inside that building right there, okay? And I encourage you guys, walk inside the building. There's a certain portion where you can't access
Right.
anymore. Because why?
I've been inside this whole building.
Yeah, but
So I know
why
where the
yeah.
access points are.
Yeah, so think about it.
But
So
there's a public area.
yeah,
inside.
there's a public lobby, right?
Right.
In order for you to conduct what? Business and services, okay?
Yeah.
But there's a certain point now.
But someone can come in, like Jack said, just go in and read public information.
Absolutely.
There's bulletins in there that
Absolutely.
anybody from the public can go and read.
Absolutely. Now imagine someone went in there, right, and they sat down, and they didn't say a word, and now time has elapsed. Now people are kind of like, hey, let me call the police and find out what's going on, okay? And this person may just be sitting there waiting for an interview, maybe waiting for a bus schedule, or maybe has a complaint, waiting for the lady to come talk to him or her, okay? We get there and we say, hey, sir, what's going on? I don't have to answer your questions. Well, now that's, look how that looks.
That's not reasonable suspicion.
But no, think about this. If you didn't have anything to hide, why would you not answer? Like I'm answering all
I
your questions.
hate that line because it's so ridiculous.
But think about it.
Come on,
Think
man.
about it. Yeah, I'm
Can I
answering
come
all
walk into your house and look around? Do you have something to hide? Can I go
Absolutely
through
not.
everything?
Absolutely not. That's because it's my house.
This is open to the public.
It's my
And that's a
house.
public lobby. This is a public sidewalk.
Yeah, but it's his
Right.
voice. You're asking him
But
to
think
do
about
it.
this. Why is there a certain part that's not accessible to the public?
Inside there.
Inside there, right? Okay.
Because that's business. You know?
There you go. For business.
But there's this area and the area in the lobby. It's all open to the public.
Right, and there's also no loitering or smoking. If you're smoking here, you can't be here too.
What is it?
You have a God-given right to smoke, but you can't smoke.
There's a sign right there.
Is there a sign that
There's no
says
sign
no
about no
loitering?
loitering.
Yeah.
Where?
There's signs that said loitering. It's all inside the office.
Inside. I'm talking about here.
Okay. Well, that's why I'm here. I can tell you, sir, you can't loiter. And I have to, but see, here's the thing. I don't want to accuse you of loitering. That's why I'm asking questions.
But you realize that under.
But you didn't. But you didn't answer my questions.
I don't have to.
Okay.
That's what you don't understand.
And again, I can flip it. You still haven't used the transit service.
Because it's still running.
Right, but you still haven't used it. And you still don't know how, because you wanted to talk to me, right?
It doesn't matter if the next bus comes or the next bus after that comes. It doesn't matter. As long as this place is still running and open to the public,
again,
have every right to be here.
Think about this. And you don't know what bus you're getting, and you don't know the time.
You don't know that because I still haven't even answered those questions.
Okay, so what does that tell a normal, prudent person?
A normal person?
I'm using law definition. It tells them that they may be loitering or something else. Maybe
Could be just here because y'all keep talking, and he could have caught a bus a long time ago.
We missed our bus, man. Damn.
Yeah.
We'll catch another one later.
See that's fine. If you need the bus times, let me know. I can even look up the bus times.
I'm getting hungry. I might have to go get
Can we all
something to
agree
eat.
that this started because I was filming?
No, absolutely not. This started
because you got a call.
This started because we have the law enforcement person be here with the call. And now we got to clear the call. Now I have to tell dispatch this is what's going on. And now that so much time has elapsed, they're wondering, okay, what's really going on? Are they in trouble? They haven't answered the radios. They haven't answered cell phones. What's going on? You see how this all snowballs?
Well, you can answer your phone. I'll stay there.
And I don't want to be rude because I want to answer your questions.
That's fine.
You know,
I don't. If you have to answer your phone, you go right ahead. It won't bother me.
I mean, he really still answered my question, but I'm not gonna keep.
Well, it's not gonna happen.
Around it, but like I'm just still wondering, like, how is it coming off as this? I still don't understand that.
and it's one of those things that the process what I'm talking about is going to take a lot of sitting down and understanding. You know, understanding not just your side, but understanding the big picture in general.
I'm just not gonna violate someone's rights because I'm here to investigate something that I'm not even sure if I have reasonable suspicion.
And I'm not trying to be argumentative, but let me ask you, if you're here to investigate, have you received any proper investigative type of source?
We don't know what kind of investigation we're doing.
Okay. Come at me.
Are you a vendor for the FBI, the Texas Rangers, anything like that?
I mean, okay, I know I'm not.
Okay, and I'm not trying to make him mad. I'm just saying.
You're not making anybody mad.
I'm not mad. I'm just saying. Like,
I think we're past that point.
I'm just saying, like.
So you're taking the law into your own hands by doing an investigation because there's entities in government that are established for those specific purposes.
That's their duty.
Department of Justice investigates what? Remember what happened with Michael Brown?
You ever heard of a
Ferguson.
citizen journalist, investigative reporter?
Yeah, and that's great. But think
And
about
that's what we are, and that's our duty.
So think about those things.
Look after this stuff.
And I'm not trying to fight you guys, but have you guys, as collective, as a group, have you gone to the FBI, talked to them? Have you talked to the Department of Justice, requested an inquiry? That might be your next step. Think about it. And then you have all the video
We have used them
footage.
before in different cases.
Yeah, I mean, you got the video footage. I mean, you got the evidence of it, you know.
They usually don't listen, but sometimes they do.
And that may be dependent on the whole approach to the investigative actions.
Maybe I should just walk around with an AR when I'm back. But God forbid, I have a camera and using my finger, right?
Well, I'm as far as I'm concerned, I'm done. But I still would like you to remember that people's.
You got a business card? So I get it on right now.
I sure don't remember. I'm sorry, though.
What's your name, badge number?
Sergeant Ford.
Sergeant
310. Sergeant Ford.
P-O-O-R-E, and your badge number?
310.
310? I'm done.
Well, I would just like you to remember that people's experiences with cops can be bad.
Right.
So the way they react to you and not want to talk, try to keep that in mind when you're talking about suspicious.
I think a lot of citizens.
And a good
like
lawyer
you
would tell you
said,
the same.
You reacted. So a lot of citizens react upon how they're approached by the police. You know, if you really think about what we're doing, we really are trying to build a bridge between the police and the community.
I don't have any problem with cops do their job right.
The experience Jack had
that's
here
fine.
the other night is why we're back here. And obviously it didn't go that bad tonight, like it did the other night. So it's a step in that direction. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and that's why I told Jack, said, hey, or excuse me, Mr. Miller, I said, hey, look, imagine if you were just called and said, hey, I'm going to be filming, I'm not going to be on prop, not soliciting, I'm not a vendor. I'm not handing out any, free cards or whatever. Cool.
But it kind of defeats the purpose of how.
Then they might call and say, hey, let's get the nicest cop out there and make sure asshole doesn't show up.
No, to be honest with you, it's going to help us because when bus operators that are coming in and out see that and they start freaking out, it's going to give us an opportunity to tell them it's okay, everything's fine. Because that's the majority that's going to happen. We're going to know, hey, it's not a law enforcement issue, don't worry about it. But the average citizen outside of you guys doesn't know it. They don't know what you look like or what you look like. They don't know your intent. All they can say is, I don't feel comfortable with that person filming. Maybe he's going to try to hurt me on a bus route.
Yeah.
I mean, we get complaints like that,
Well, I'm done, but the conversation was good.
Awesome.
Right.
I'm glad you liked it.
And I would just like to remind you that that one police officer that acted that way, in a very rude, put all the words you want to in there.
You approach the
That's why we're here.
from the very beginning determines the outcome.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Like I said, the first part of our contact is to establish what's really going on. Is this really worthy of a law enforcement intervention? And if it's not, cool, then we're done because there's other things that we need to go take care of. You know what I mean? And that all happens with open dialogue. You know what I mean?
And
open dialogue.
We had a great dialogue.
And I put the good videos up along with the bad.
And I appreciate that. So
on the website
like I said,
and on the YouTube.
again, guys, just my suggestion, if you want to do it in the future, just let the department know. That way, like I said, right when we were talking to him, a bus operator, an employee pulled up and was like, what is this guy doing with the rifle? What is he doing here? I was like, hey, everything's fine. I was like, we're not freaking out. You don't freak out.
Yeah.
I was like, it's the Second Amendment right. They can do it. Okay, well, I mean, it's fine. And then I had to get on the radio and say, hey, let SAPD know. There's a gentleman for this description. He's just exercising the Second Amendment. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
Because guess what? If a bus operator saw that guy, they would call 911. There's a guy with the rifle. They're not going to give. He's just walking around filming. They're going to say, there's a guy with the rifle.
They have got some 911.
And we haven't seen a cop out here in response to that. Why? Why do you think that is? Because I took the initiative and said, hey, look, everything's fine.
Yeah.
So I appreciate the conversation, guys. I don't want to hold you up anymore unless you have any further questions.
You probably got better things to do too. So.
All right, brother. Be safe.